What is going on, you guys? On its way, brand new video. Alright, so I am like super late with this, to be honest. It's just that I've been like really busy with other stuff, with being a father, taking care of my health, saving the universe, saving a princess. It's just been crazy. So I thought today, why not? It's a beautiful day out, got good lighting right now. So why not start my review of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I would show you guys some gameplay as well with Legend of Zelda, but you guys could just pretty much look it up because if I show gameplay, I'm going to end up getting copyrighted, and I've gotten so many copyrights from Nintendo showing like gameplay of like other games and stuff like that. It's just a big mess. So I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on how I'm enjoying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, what do I think about it, and if it's a good game. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the story. I'm not gonna spoil anything really if you guys haven't played the game, but pretty much you play as Link, no surprise, and you've been asleep for over 100 years, and the land of Hyrule is in ruins. Hyrule Castle is covered in darkness by Calamity Ganon. The idea is you have to go save Princess Zelda, who is inside Hyrule Castle in a power struggle with Ganon. So the idea is for you to travel across this huge open world, which is beautiful by the way, taking back control of these beasts called divine beasts, which will help you fight against Ganon. So that's pretty much all I'm going to get into with the story. Even though I probably spoiled a lot of it for you guys, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's talk about gameplay now. This game is addictive. Super addictive, so much fun. Like, it's unbelievable. So, if I had to compare it to any other game, it kind of reminds me of Skyrim and Dark Souls in a way. Skyrim, with its open world, you see a mountain or a volcano, you can go to that volcano or that mountain. You travel through different places throughout the land. Keep traveling, you'll end up in like an icy area, or you keep traveling, end up in like a volcanic area, or like in a deep dark forest. So many different types of environments. There's even a desert. It's really awesome. As you're like traveling, like if you travel on foot or on horse, there's no load screen. So if you go to one area, you start to see how like everything starts to change, the weather, the environment, and everything. By the way, I'm sorry if you guys hear voices in the background. So there's also people downstairs, so it's like, yeah. Next time I'll remember to close the door because I kind of left the door open. So the game is so awesome. The world is beautiful. The way you can travel around, there are fast travel points with these towers, which I just recently unlocked all of the towers to fast travel anywhere I want on the map. There's also horses, but the way you get a horse, you have to sneak up behind a horse, jump on it, and calm it down, and then you take it to a stable, and then the horse becomes yours. So you can't really call for a horse anywhere, like at any time. You actually have to be at a stable to board the horse that you own, and as long as that horse is close enough to hear you whistle, then the horse will come to you. Okay, so now I want to talk about combat, because this is where I was been getting very frustrated with, and it's frustrated a lot of people. So in the combat in Breath of the Wild, no matter what weapon you have, even if it looks really epic, it looks really awesome, even if it was really hard to get, even if you went inside Hyrule Castle and you found this awesome treasure, whatever, that weapon breaks after a certain amount. If it's a really strong, powerful weapon, then it will last longer. It has a higher durability, but it'll still break eventually, and it's gone for good. Even the Master Sword. I just got the Master Sword. The good thing about the Master Sword, though, it breaks, but after about 10 minutes, it recharges and it comes back into your inventory. There's only about 3 weapons in the game that you're able to, that when they break, you can rebuild them in a way. There's the, I believe it's the ceremonial trident, which you get from the Zora. And if it breaks, you can, as long as you have the material, you go back to this certain blacksmith and he will rebuild it for you. Same with the shields. No matter how many shields you have, no matter how powerful it is, it will break. But if it's really powerful, then it'll last longer. I had the Hylian shield, or Hylian shield, however you want to pronounce it, and it lasted me so long throughout the game. It was ridiculous. I thought it never broke. That's how strong it was, until eventually it ended up breaking. But I found out that you can actually repurchase that shield from a certain shop that carries rare weapons. So I guess with all the weapons breaking, yes, you'll go through weapons super fast, but another cool thing is that some weapons that you'll find along the way on your journey, you can go back to that area and that weapon will be there again. That's only with some weapons though. So that's why for me right now, it's not really a big deal. I have like tons of weapon space that I was able to upgrade my backpack in the game. So in a way, it's not a deal breaker. I need friends. But the combat in Breath of the Wild, besides the weapon breaking and shield breaking and all that, even the bows break, I forgot to mention that as well. The gameplay is right up my alley, to be honest. When I'm in combat with an enemy, the way it reminds me of Dark Souls. The way you lock on, the way like the heavy weapons, like when you have a heavy weapon, the way it moves when you strike, or the way you dodge around enemies, and the way enemies attack you, feels so much like Dark Souls. So it's Legend of Zelda, Skyrim, and Dark Souls all in one, which are freaking amazing. Dark Souls and Bloodborne are one of my favorite games to play on both PS4 and Xbox One. They're so addictive, it's unbelievable. That's why I'm so addicted to Breath of the Wild, because of its certain game like combat mechanic. Now a lot of people will find the combat in Breath of the Wild to be boring, because I guess there's not too many like combos or whatever. It seems it's kind of boring and stiff. But to be honest, it reminds me of Dark Souls, which is why I love it. It's simple, but it's difficult. It's challenging as well. But in the end, it's still so much fun and satisfying after you've killed an enemy, especially a giant boss. And you run into some ridiculous like monsters in this game. You'll end up seeing like dragons that you have to fight and release from, like this evil Calamity Ganon, I guess, and there that's possessed or whatever. Along the way, you may see like a big giant sleeping troll that you think you can handle, but in the end, it'll probably slaughter you. So yeah, gameplay, I love it. I think it's perfect. Okay, so real quick, I want to talk about the armor in the game. So the different areas in Breath of the Wild, you have like the super like blazing desert, and then you have the freezing cold mountains. In those certain areas, you'll have to adjust the way Link's, I guess, temperature is in a way. If you're in a cold area, you'll see him start to shiver, so you're gonna need to equip clothing. See, here's the thing, when it comes to the armor in the game, you're gonna be switching through armor constantly. Some armor will increase your attack, some others will increase your defense, and then there's others which are made specifically for the environment you're in. Some will make Link's body temperature cooler, some will make it warmer, some armor will make him climb faster. That's another thing, you could climb anything in this game. Some will make him even run faster and swim faster, even swim up waterfalls. So each armor in this game plays its own role. So you're going to be switching constantly through weapons and armor. It's ridiculous. Which I don't really mind in a way. Oh, and here's the thing. Armor doesn't break in the game, so you're good on that part. So for example, I am in a desert area in Breath of the Wild, which I get this outfit, which helps me to be more resistant towards the heat. And even if you go to a place that's even hotter, where there's like lava and stuff like that, even if you're wearing a heat resistant outfit, you're gonna need something else to cool you down. So what you can also do is equip ice weapons. So whether you have like an ice rod or an ice sword, once you have that equipped, it also helps as well. So they put a lot of like detail into this game, especially like with the environments and the rain. Oh my goodness, if it's thundering in that game, you better unequip everything that's metal, like everything. Because if it's thundering in the game and lightning is about to strike, lightning will strike you. So you pretty much have to be wearing either nothing or just wearing clothing that have no metal on it just for you to get by. And the last thing I want to talk about is graphics. So for Breath of the Wild, with it being on the Nintendo Switch and on the Wii U, that's pretty much expect that they won't be taking a huge graphical leap with Legend of Zelda. But the game is beautiful, and running on a Nintendo Switch, it looks phenomenal. The game is beautiful. It looks like an open world painting. It's very beautiful to look at. Some of the textures, yes, in the world and everything like that, can be a little bit like, smudged and whatever. But then there's those areas when you just want to stay still right there and take a screenshot. It looks beautiful. I'm especially impressed with how much grass they can show in the game, and with the movement of grass also running on a Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. There's actually been an update for Breath of the Wild that increases frame rate, because I've noticed when I played the Nintendo Switch version of Breath of the Wild, there were moments in the game where it was slowing down, like it would, like the frame rates would drop like dramatically and it'll be ridiculous. But since the recent update, the game actually runs a lot smoother. I've even went back to certain areas where I know it slows down, and now it runs perfectly smooth, no slowdowns or nothing. Probably the best looking part in the whole game are the character models. The character models are beautiful. They look somewhat like next gen in a way. They look fantastic. You can tell they focus more on the character models rather than the areas. The areas still look beautiful, the environments and everything, but the character models is where the graphics really shine. In the end, do I recommend Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Absolutely. If you're a fan of Skyrim, if you love Dark Souls, and if you love Legend of Zelda, definitely pick up Breath of the Wild. Whether you get it on Wii U or on the Nintendo Switch, it's still going to be an amazing game and a wonderful experience. I will say this though, this game, it definitely tries to be old school with Legend of Zelda. In other words, a lot of things in the game, they don't tell you where it is. Like, they won't give you tutorials at the bottom of how to do certain things. A lot of the things in the game you gotta figure out for yourself. Especially when finding certain like treasure or weapons or items, you have to make sure you talk to everybody in every village just so you get an idea of where certain things are in the game, and make sure you read very carefully too of the different dialogues that when you talk to different people, because you will get lost in this game, but in a way it makes it fun, as like you don't mind getting lost because then you'll discover a new area that you never knew was there. Like, I remember it was randomly walking towards just like one straight area, you know, just traveling for the fun of it, and I found a village. Like, I didn't even know that village was there. I didn't know it was gonna be there. And I've been playing this game without a strategy guide, and it's just been one awesome immersive journey. It's ridiculous. So if I was to give a score from 1 out of 10, with a couple things that kind of bug me in a way, just like with the weapon breaking and stuff like that, I kind of wish, because there's a lot of cool looking weapons in the game I want to keep, and the story is okay. It's nothing truly amazing, but it is really solid, really great. So I give Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild a 9 out of 10, because it just does so many things right that the little things that it doesn't do right are just very meh. It's not really a deal breaker. Alright you guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Have you played the game? Where are you in the game? How are you enjoying it so far? And I'll catch you all another time, another video. Take care.